Welcome to the Lost Caravan RPG.
A haven for the lost, the worn, and the wandering.
Whether you only need a place to rest your soul,
or looking for a brand new journey, we welcome you.
You are safe within our ranks, surrounded by the friends you have yet to meet.
Some of you may be new, eager to take your first steps in the shoes of a hero.
Others are veterans of a war fought through generations.
Having played dozens of characters
and rolled hundreds of dice.
Either way, we can promise you will find moments of adventure and heartbreak,
as well as moments of tears and laughter.
Countless noble tales have been spun around our campfire,
such as Pathfinder, Dungeons and Dragons, Lancer, and Locust.
We travel anywhere and everywhere,
exploring towering castles, desolate space stations, and haunted mansions.
We have a few rules if you decide to stay.
Treat each other with love, kindness, and acceptance.
We never judge on appearance, only on richness of character.
For as long as you ride with the caravan, you will never walk alone.
We work together to forge a better world for us, and for every traveler after we're gone.
So, take a seat, grab a drink, and listen to our tales.
When you're ready, we'll help you tell a tale of your own.
Hello. I am Nerdy Teddy. I will be your game master tonight. We will be playing Basic Witches, which is a game of magic and teen femmes casting spells. They use things like pumpkin spice lattes and sigils drawn with lipstick and stuff. Before we get to playing, I'll have the players introduce themselves, starting with Colette. Who are you and who you're playing tonight?
Hey everybody, it's me, Sir Heckalot. Tonight I am playing Colette Myers, the Queen Bee, who has the special power of creature speech and prefers to cast her spells with tarot cards, out of most things. She uses she, her pronouns, and I use she, they pronouns. And let's move it on over to Lily.
Hey everyone, I'm Katie. I use she, her pronouns, and I will be playing Lily, who is a sort of fashion witch. She uses she, her pronouns, and she uses crystals to sort of show this image of what your best outfit could be, a la Cher's virtual closet from Clueless. So, yeah, that's what I'm playing.
Very cool. And I'm Taylor. I use she, her pronouns. And I will be playing Rosemary, who also uses she, her pronouns, who is kind of a nature witch, makes potions and uses herbs for spell casting. That's me.
All right, and our setting today is your high school. I think I don't have a name for it, but I think we'll start like just after your first class in the morning. You're all getting out of that first class right now. Do you all have the same class right away in the morning, or do you have different classes?
It would maybe be fun if we all have the same class.
Yeah, like at least like the same homeroom, maybe?
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, homeroom makes sense.
Okay. So your second class of the day is your sex ed class. Do you have a conversation as you walk to that classroom?
I think that Lily is busy showing question, I guess, above the table. Like, are we like secret witches, like the craft, or do people, like, is that a common thing? How is that? What is our deal with that?
like, yeah, we're more like the secrety kind of witches. Think like, yeah, the common trope of we have powers, but like we don't want all the other students to know it.
Cool. I wanted to make sure. Yeah, so I think that Lily is walking with Rosemary and Colette and is like flipping through the special edition that she had to, like, Italian Vogue that she had to order from overseas and pay ridiculously ridiculous shipping and handling costs for it. And she's just now, like, she saved it to open it with her friends, and she's just taking the plastic off of it and carefully flipping through and pointing out like what she thinks is going to be on trend for this season, what she disagrees with, like just these bumbling fashion terms. Is just she it's her favorite thing. Yeah.
I think Rosemary usually is not as into the fashion stuff, like kind of just doesn't really get it, but I think she also feels very awkward about sex ed class, so she's kind of like trying to like not be thinking about it. I think it's like one of her less favorite classes, even though she is nerdy, because it's just awkward and she doesn't know what to do when she's there. She doesn't want to talk about it, so she's like looking like at all, like as you're looking through and like trying to pick up on what you're even talking about with the trends. It's just like, oh yeah, I think I'm finally starting to understand fashion.
Yeah, I think Colette's pretty nonchalant about most of it, like whether, we're walking over the sex ed class or what the conversation is. If eventually the conversation goes over to her, I'd probably just be like, "You believe that we had a pop quiz in algebra like for a Monday? It's ridiculous."
I just don't understand the difference between X and Y.
Well, they're both just placeholders, so there's not really a difference.
Why do we have to use them?
Because you can't use X for different. Because if it's like one of the things is a 7 and one of the things is a 3, you can't use X for both of them, because then you wouldn't be able to figure out the equation.
Just use 7 and 3. What's so hard about that?
Rosemary's like, I'll go over your quiz with you later to help explain. It's kind of like a riddle, so like you don't know the answer of the riddle when someone's telling you.
You don't like riddles. Why can't they just make it so complicated? I don't think we need this. I mean, honestly, when am I going to need to use? I have a calculator on my phone, in my watch. I even saw like binders with them built in these days. I don't need any. I hate it.
This is probably the last algebra class you're gonna have to take as long as you don't fail it, so.
Don't put that out in the universe. Don't do that.
I'll help you. I'll help you with your homework after school.
All right.
Solving for X or not, that was totally not cool for us to have to do that entire thing. I hadn't even finished my latte yet.
Your brain wasn't working at all then. Like, I understand.
It's fine, and we'll just get this next class over with, and lunch is gonna be soon, so then we can totally go over the rest of that magazine. I think that purse right there is going to be the next thing.
I totally agree. I think like Lily gets into this big tirade about like ethical production of this company and like pointing out everything, things that Colette and Rosemary would not be interested in at all, but Lily's just like hyper fixated, baby.
Rosemary is understanding like how you don't get the difference between X and Y, because like she does not understand. Like there's like 2 purses and you're like, this one's this and this one's that, and she's like, they look exactly the same to me.
They're the same picture.
No, these are different colors of pink.
They both look the same.
Lily's so frustrated.
Maybe when I'll be with your homework, I'll cut out these, I'll take a picture of the purses and use them. One can be X and one can be Y.
Lily, when you mention cutting out of that magazine, her eyes just go wide, and she just holds it to her chest, like it probably is. She's sitting down at a desk, like they're probably in the classroom by now. She's like, "You will not touch this holy grail."
I'm sorry. I meant cut and paste, like on a computer. Not. I would never literally cut up one of your belongings.
You can't worry me like that.
I'm sorry. I should have said it differently.
As you sit down at your desks, the captain of the lacrosse team, Luke, he's up by the teacher's desk talking to someone that you don't recognize, but they are standing behind the teacher's desk. And then Colette, as more students file in, one of the lacrosse players drops a note on your desk.
All right. I will read it, not like openly, but just kind of look under the desk, read it.
It says, "Party at Alex's tonight. Are you coming?"
I will write a note back, saying, what time?
He takes it and discreetly reads it as well, and then, tries to discreetly flash you 8 fingers.
Just, very casual nod.
Okay, so all of the students sit down just as the bell rings. Luke is still standing at the teacher's desk, and a man late 30s, early 40s steps up to the whiteboard, and he's, "Hi class, sorry to inform you, but your regular teacher will be out for the rest of the year." And then he turns around and he writes Mr. Meadows on the board. "I am Mr. Meadows. I'll be the teacher for the rest of the year for this class. There is also a change to the curriculum this year. So if you could get out your textbook for this class, Luke is going to come around and trade out with you. So please get those ready."
Yeah, Rosemary is like, okay, gets out the book, terrified of the possibility that Luke will be interacting with her.
Yeah, I feel like as Colette is reaching down to her bag to take out the textbook, she will discreetly text to at least one or two of her group chats, be like, what happened to our previous teacher? What's going on? Does anyone know? Seeing if I can get any type of read on why this happened so suddenly.
I think that Lily is more concerned about the fact that this new book might not, the books I currently have is the perfect height that she can just slip a magazine inside. And she's freaking out a little bit on the inside that this new book might be a different size, because that's going to totally ruin her plans. So she's got the book out, their regular book, and it's sort of peeking up a little bit to see if there are a stack of books on the desk or behind the desk. She's already making plans.
Yeah, so it is as Luke takes them out, you notice that they are a much thinner workbook rather than a text, like a big, thick textbook. So, and when you get them, scrolled across the top is abstinence, the new way.
It's not really a new way.
That's how they try to brand it.
Yeah, the new way.
Gotta make it look
new
cool
name
and
all
hip
the
with the kids.
I think at first Rosemary's, before she sees the title, she has very mixed feelings because this is her least favorite class because she feels uncomfortable about it. But she does like learning things. So it's like, this is a smaller book. Maybe that's good because I don't like this class, but also maybe it's bad because I like to learn. Then she sees the title of the book and she, I think, does say under her breath, like, that's not really a new way. It's not impressed with this book. I think she raises her hand.
Yes, it looks down at his seed chant. Rosemary, is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. If we're gonna be if this class is just gonna be abstinence, does this need to be a class anymore? I feel like that's like one sentence.
Oh, yes. So we will be spending our time teaching you the best ways to keep yourself safe in any situation, how to avoid peer pressure. It will be a full class.
Seems like you're gonna have to stretch out the material a lot.
Wait, and you're doing all of that through abstinence?
Yes.
I mean, isn't the point of like sex ed to know how to educationally have sex if it comes up?
No, not according to this new curriculum.
Meadows, is this the only curriculum that you've taught before, or is this just what the new, like, a new thing that the school is?
I've taught a few different classes.
Are you also a coach? Just wondering.
No, I'm not a coach.
Not a very good coach if you can't score, if you know what I mean.
Okay, Miss Rosemary, one more time and I will be sending you to the office. Please do behave in my class.
Rosemary rolls her eyes, but also she's not. she's afraid of authority figures, so she closes her mouth.
Lily's just like,
Clutch looking at the other populace like, look at this girl, look at her go. I love that.
Rosemary, but now she's my hero.
I love that because like meanwhile, like, as you know, everyone is like putting like or looking through the new textbooks or like whatever. Like Colette honestly probably picked it up, like pinched between two fingers like it was a piece of trash, and then just like put it onto the desk.
Yeah, I think Lily starts to like leaf through it, and it's just each page she turns is getting more and more like, this is not good. I don't like this. This is there's nothing here. Like, and they're like, yeah, she's not digging it.
So yes, if you leaf through the textbook, each lesson is more or less the same. it's just reinforcing the same thing every time. It is very, very stretched out. But yes, it is.
Can there be a page in the pamphlet that's just like ways to say no to sex? So it's like pickup lines and then answers. Something's gonna come out, which is that I went to a Christian college, so I am familiar with these types
I went
of
to Catholic
pamphlets.
school.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the pamphlet that I got did have a thing like that, and it was very funny.
Yes, actually, that is the first lesson is all about the power of the word no.
Yeah. I guess that's good. I guess it's good to Rosemary is like, okay, well, I guess there's some consent stuff in here, but it's only really like half. Half of consent is no.
Lily, like, at this point, isn't even bothered raising her hand or anything. She's just like, why? What was wrong with the curriculum before? I mean, I don't think anyone's complained about it.
Well, as I said, your other teacher is not here anymore. I'm teaching the class, which for the rest of the year, which meant I got to submit my own curriculum, which means we are switching it up.
I look at the textbook. Is he an author of the textbook?
No, he is not.
Okay.
Lily is definitely like eyeing Rosemary and Colette at this point. It's like, this is strange. I don't like it. Like, she's conveying so many emotions in this little glance she's giving her friends.
Oh yeah, and the glance back, like, Colette's kind of like, we're not gonna get anywhere with this guy. Like, we're gonna have to figure out something else.
Is the author of the textbook an anagram of Mr. Meadows' name?
No,
is this like
but I
a
think
Dr. Acula situation?
No, but I think if you look at the foreword, he wrote the foreword for the textbook.
Okay. This is some so this is bullshit, basically.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think Rosemary's just gonna try to stay quiet for the rest of the class because she doesn't want to get in trouble, but she's got like a very blank face. Like, if anybody looks over at her, she's just like very deliberately not expressing emotion and like seething underneath.
Yeah, I think Lily is definitely like sank down in her chair a little bit, and Mr. Meadows is the last thought in her mind. She's looking through these lessons, and the cogs in her brain that she should probably put toward algebra are turning at this point. And she's already like just trying to form some sort of plan, because this curriculum has to go.
Yeah, and so the class passes slowly, and yeah, it's all about the power of the word no. So there is situational learning where he just writes pickup lines and such on the board, and is like, "What's your answer?" And there's only ever one answer, so. And then at the end of the class, he assigns, like, there's little like worksheets in the book, and he assigns one of those to be due tomorrow, and then he lets you all go, and as you walk out of the classroom, Rosemary, Luke approaches you. Hey, Rosemary, can I talk to you for a second?
Yeah. Rosemary's like, I did not know that he knew my name. And so she's just like, yeah, what's up?
And he steps out off to the side of the hallway, trying to get out of the way, and he's like, "Hey, so I just wanted to say, it'd be really cool if you took the class seriously and didn't talk back to the teacher. This is a really important class and lesson that he's trying to teach us."
Yeah, sure. Quick question. Why do you care so much about this class? Because, I don't know, I've never heard of you telling other people not to talk back in other classes.
I just think what Mr. Meadows is teaching is very important, and we should all learn it. I'm just saying.
It's gonna be really easy to learn, so...
I think it's harder when you realize temptation is a hard thing to avoid.
And when he says temptation, her face goes bright red. And she's like, okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, I guess I'll try to. I mean, I don't know. I was just asking questions. We're allowed to ask questions in class.
Yeah,
I was right about the scoring thing. That was just true.
I think it was a little mean-spirited, but sure, you can say it was true.
Okay. Thanks for talking to me. I'll take the class more seriously if that means a lot to you.
Thank you.
Rosemary is thinking, this is definitely in the negative column for Luke. So she's rethinking some things, but also she's like, there is a part of her that's like, well, if I keep mouthing off in class, then maybe he'll talk to me more. And it can be an enemies to lovers kind of situation.
But only with abstinence.
Yeah.
I think Lily walked out before Rosemary, so she was sort of waiting along the lockers for Rosemary to talk to Luke. This is probably lunchtime, right? Around that time, something, I don't know.
Yeah, sure. I don't remember how school schedules work. Sure.
High school, 15 years. So I think she just when Rosemary walks away from Luke, Lily just raises her eyebrows and was like, that seemed a little awkward from the outside. Was it as awkward on the inside as it seemed?
It was awkward. That could have been on me, though, because I've never talked to him before and didn't know that he knew my name, which was exciting that he did. But then the reason that he was talking to me was not exciting, which is that he's, really serious about the abstinence thing. And he basically was like, don't talk back in class anymore. So
weird.
It was
I
weird.
thought it was super funny.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't really normally talk back in class, but that's that workbook is terrible.
Yeah, I mean, in this worksheet, why, if they're teaching abstinence, why are there illustrations on it?
And the worksheet was super easy because you just wrote no for everything. Like, there was like 10
Yeah.
questions and the answer was no for all of them. So it was like, I already finished mine. And I was talking to Luke while I was doing it.
So I feel like maybe we should, I don't know, like start a petition or do something for the newspaper, something that, I mean, we just have to, we can't just let this happen, right? Especially so out of the blue.
I could
Yeah, I texted a couple of my group chats and they haven't gotten back to me yet about if they know what happened to our last teacher. At least somebody knows.
I mean, we could make something happen to this teacher. I could try to make a potion.
I was thinking that, or what if, hear me out, like, also do that. Like, I'm not shutting that down, Rosemary. I completely agree with that idea.
I like to try it.
But what if we also, when school is over, I don't know, like, steal the handbooks? We don't have that much of a budget. It's not like they can replace them.
Yeah, I think Rosemary like looks at the handbook and is thinking of like how much it would be to just print more, like, but is like, yeah, I think that's a good idea. We could do both.
Yeah, I mean, and if we do a petition, there's she leans in a little bit more for this. There is a party at Alex's. You two have to be there, by the way. But we could pass that around because I don't think anybody else in that classroom, except for Luke, apparently, was like really about it.
Yeah.
Also, he was talking to Mr. Meadows like in front of the desk before class. Like, I don't think I saw him in math either, so I'm not really sure what he was doing.
That is weird.
Yeah, I wonder if do they like related, or do they know each other, or their parents? Is it just like Mr. Meadows know Luke's parents? I don't, like, why else would Luke be so engaged in this? I don't get it.
Maybe he just really doesn't like sex.
But he's like the most, like, have you seen the things written about him on the bathroom wall?
It is odd that someone so sexy would be so opposed to having sex, but I mean, for himself, it just seems extreme to, to decide that no one should be doing it.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, that's the thing. Huh. Okay. I'm at lunch. I am going to ask around about Luke. Probably in a very pushing boundaries, very inappropriate, none of my business type of way, but I'm going to do it, and we'll go from there.
Okay. So before we get there, Colette, texts start coming in on your phone. A lot of question marks, like a couple like, are you serious? And then somebody says, her car's still in the parking lot. I seen it this morning.
That's super weird. Something is definitely up. Just keep an eye out. I'll keep you all posted.
And Lily, let's do our first roll. Popular roll.
Okay. It's just 1d6, right? And then add the modifier.
Correct.
I rolled a 2. My modifier is a 3, so 5.
Okay, so 6 is a success. However, did roll a 5. So I'd like to offer you the chance to succeed at a cost. The cost would be a lot of people start spreading rumors about you as the weird girl in school now.
That's fine. That's fine. Yeah.
Okay. So you learned that like a couple of his lacrosse buddies didn't think he was that into abstinence. One of them says he sure wasn't last year. And then a couple people you talked to said that he started getting really weird in the last couple of months. Like really, really into abstinence. But they didn't know why. He wouldn't tell anybody why. He just started acting weird, broke up with his girlfriend.
Does anyone mention anything about like him, like a change in his hobbies or activity? Like does he start going to like a church camp or something?
Not a church camp, but he cuts most of his like after school activities except for any sports, any physical activities like that. So lacrosse stuff, anything that's going any of those. And you're kind of told that he goes from practice to home. He doesn't hang out. He doesn't go over to friends' houses anymore. He just school, practice, game, home.
Okay. She relays that in a text message to both Rosemary and Colette. And also like after a little like paragraph. Nope, she doesn't do paragraphs. She does one line text multiple times. That is, yep, I need to accept that. Just mini text, one line. And so it's like this big wall, and at the end it's like 4 upside down emojis, and it's just like maybe we need to figure out what's if there's something going on with the sports teams. Like something like that.
I think Rosemary wants to spend lunch trying to make a potion.
Okay.
And
Do you do this in the lunchroom?
no, I don't think in the lunchroom. I think she like maybe goes into the bathroom. But like I think has like first goes to her locker because I think she probably has like little thing like herbs and stuff like that in there. I was gonna say little bags, but then that sounds like she's doing something else other than making potions. Just has little bags.
Special potions.
Yeah, she makes special potions. No, I think she probably just has like maybe like a tin or something that has like little different dried herbs in it. And so she takes that and goes into the bathrooms. And I think maybe she would want to try to make like a truth potion so that we could talk to Mr. Meadows and like figure out what's going on, maybe.
Okay. That is a craft roll.
Cool. And then since I'm using my casting tool, I get a +1 to that, right?
Yes.
Cool. Ooh, that is a 5 on the dice. So that's a 7, and that's a 9. No, that's an 8. I mean, either way.
Killing it though.
Yeah, that's a good first
Yes,
roll.
that is a success.
Yeah. Yeah, I think she like mixes together some like different herbs. Maybe like primrose Like she has some primrose and like bluebells because those are supposed to be like truthy like flowers. So maybe she makes like a tea with like those flowers, in the bathroom at the school, and then she comes out of the stall and just has like a little vial. That she's like, maybe we can slip this into someone, probably Mr. Meadows, but someone's drink. And yeah, I think she responds to Lily's text with just a picture of the vial, like, in her hand, and says, I think I made some truth potion. I've never made it successfully before.
You get back, like, almost immediately. Two thumbs up, and then, like, the confetti sparkle. And, as like, do you need anyone to run interference?
I think she says, oh, I wasn't gonna put it in his drink. I was just gonna give it to one of you to do it. I wouldn't do something like that to a teacher.
This is what it takes. Either one of us probably will.
Yeah, Lily just texts back and is like, I'm looking at my skills. Hold on. Okay. It's probably like, what if you distract him, Colette? You probably have the best reputation because you didn't ask questions or snark off at him this morning. And I can sneak into like the teacher's lounge or his classroom or something and spike his drink.
Yeah. I think Rosemary volunteers to like be involved, just not be the person giving the potion.
Look out!
So, like,
look out!
Yeah,
look
out or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Lily just like says, okay, well, and just says, let's meet up here, probably like outside of his classroom or something during his free period or whatever.
Yeah. Thumbs up emoji.
Yeah, I feel like Colette like only uses like red hearts or like the two like red hearts like for the most part for the react and stuff. That's like all she uses.
So it's just like punctuated by like red hearts occasionally.
Yep, exactly.
Very good. Yeah, I guess we meet whenever we meet up. I would just give Lily the potion.
Yeah, I feel like during lunch, Colette might like try to hit up some of the popular cheerleaders that are around, see what they might know about like some of the sports teams. And there are probably like a couple that sit at the popular table, and just be like, was there like some type of like announcement that we missed about the sports teams or something? I don't know. Like Luke from lacrosse is acting like really different.
Not that I know. I mean, I guess he was really mad about losing all their games last year. But, like, otherwise, I haven't noticed anything. I haven't heard any announcements.
Yeah, I guess I would be really bummed if I lost all of my games, but I don't know. He's not really like talking to anybody anymore. It's just straight from school to lacrosse to home, like rinse and repeat. And that just seems like a really miserable way to live at the moment.
Yeah. I don't know what to say. I mean, it's not what I would do, but I don't know. He told me he needed to focus on something, but that's it. What? So how's he acting weird again?
Well, you know how, well, I mean, last year he was really different. He was a lot more social and got around a whole lot more. But now he is just kind of the opposite. I don't know, he mouthed off to Rosemary earlier about like not talking to the teacher a certain way when all she did was ask a question.
Weird. He always talks back to all the teachers. Why would he? Wait, I'm sorry. Who's Rosemary again?
Yeah, she's the one that really likes all the plants and stuff. She's usually pretty quiet, which is like, I don't know. There are a lot of people around here that shouldn't be running their mouths, but Rosemary's not one of those, you know?
Oh. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I know Rosemary. Yeah, that's all I can think of. I don't know. Maybe he's just trying extra hard to win this year or something.
Maybe. Well, thanks for talking to me about this. I super appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Are you going to Alex's tonight?
Oh yeah, totally.
Cool. See you there.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll probably be bringing some snacks. You know, they're always like super short on those, and then we're all just sitting there with a bunch of punch and then no chips.
Right. Yeah. Cool. Bring good snacks. Didn't like I mean, no like kale chips or anything.
No, that's definitely not the vibe.
So you want to slip a truth potion into your teacher's drink?
Yes.
So we'll say the next period is his off period. What does this look like? We'll say he's sitting at his desk. What does this look like? How are you gonna attempt this?
Well, I think the plan was for Colette to be some type of distraction and like just be talking to Mr. Meadows as Lily goes in and sneaks something.
So funny if it's just him in there and then Colette talking to him and then Lily just comes in.
Very quietly.
You gotta draw him out. You gotta draw him out. Be like, I got something for you to see. Oh, look at this.
Yeah, oh yeah, getting him out of the room makes more sense. What if Colette... I don't know if this would work. What if... I imagine he probably has, like, coffee or something. What if someone... Maybe Colette, while you were talking to him, you spill his coffee, then he has to go out and get a new one, and then we could put the potion in the new coffee.
Or just like instead of we could just get him out of the classroom. That's definitely an option. I think the idea would be to go in and say like there's some type of like inappropriate poster or something put out on the lockers and like he needs to come out right away to see it and to remove them.
Yeah, that's a good idea actually.
There's a poster encouraging sex. We can't have that.
And watch, it's probably just like a Harry Styles poster or something.
This poster's too sexy for the school. We have to get rid of it. That's really funny. I like that.
Okay. I guess roll popular. That's sort of your influence roll to see if he believes you.
Okay. Popularity is my good stat, so hopefully this will work. Oh yeah, that is going to be an 8.
Nice.
Oh, which sectional lockers? And he's reaching over to grab his phone.
Oh, it's over there by the juniors, but it's like, you know how they're like separate? I think it's just better if I show you. It's I don't know if you know that song Watermelon Sugar by Harry Styles, but like it's everywhere. Like I really think we should get like some pictures or something to document it and maybe like see if someone can investigate more. I'm so glad that you were here.
Okay, I'm gonna call a janitor and have him meet us over there. Gets on his phone, tells the janitor to meet him over by the juniors' lockers, and oh, okay. Yeah, show me, where am I going?
Okay, I guess I'll just lead him over to where it's probably like one of the popular kids' lockers that has a Harry Styles poster on it.
You're narking on your friends.
I'll make it up to him, it's fine.
Yeah, yeah, you do that. Lily, you want to sneak in there and...
Yeah, I just look at Rosemary and like, keep your eye out for them coming back. And I'm going to, go into the classroom and slip this potion into his drink.
Yeah, he has a bottle of water sitting on his desk next to a granola bar.
Yeah. That tracks.
Yep, not even like a fun one, just like a dry Nature's Valley.
Yes, exactly.
That crumbles. Yeah, cool. Lily will do that, and while I'm here, can I like just casually, like, does he have a bag or something?
Yeah, he'd have a bag.
So like casually, like just a little snoop and see if there's anything that catches my attention.
There is a cell phone. Some like paperwork that he's got to like it says that he's got to like it's in a file and it says like got to turn in by end of the day. And it's like, whatever forms that he had to fill out to start working here and stuff. And there's not a lot in there, like car keys and other basic things, old tube of chapstick, some change.
I was like, I know that this is it.
Okay.
Like, why?
Yeah, if I don't find anything that interests me, then I'm just going to book it out of there.
In there to freshen up. Got fresh water.
And Rosemary, you're on lookout?
Mm-hmm.
So we never really established a layout. So where would you be standing as lookout?
I think probably like what I'm imagining is that like Rosemary and Lily were like around a corner together, and then like when Colette went out, it was like Rosemary and Lily went over to the classroom, and I think Rosemary's probably just standing next to the classroom door. Like this is really not her experience, like her realm of experience. So she's not being super like secret.
Okay.
She's just kind of leaning and then like looking around, like very wide eyes, keeping an eye out for anything.
Nice.
Okay, so Lily walks out of the classroom, then and you're right there. Down the hall a little bit for you is like the computer lab or something. And the door starts to open, and you can see Luke backing out of the classroom, like he's talking to somebody as he's
up to 10,000.
backing out of the room.
500.
For 1,000.
Lily or Rosemary sees this?
For 10,000.
Rosemary sees it first.
And then
Okay. I think I like pull. Lily started to come out though, right? Like Lily's coming
Yes.
out, and okay, so I like grab Lily's like hand and like yank her completely out of the classroom so that like we won't see that we were in there
You know how
or
much
that
I
she
have?
was in there. I think.
Not a million.
And then I like
You're done
turn
now?
like with my like I
You're
just like
plugging in
I'm
overnight
looking
and
this
get
way
more.
down the hall,
Fucking-
pull Lily out, and then just turn
I had
with like
so
my
many
face
whereabouts.
just to the wall so that he won't see me. But it's like
sold
very
a majority
strange.
of my
Like looks very
Just
strange.
imagine Rosemary looking at the wall and Lily standing there beside her, looking at Rosemary like,
There's a bunch of access. A bunch
"What
of
is happening?"
Don't look suspicious, but Luke is coming out of the computer lab.
At 97.
You look suspicious just staring at a wall.
People stare at walls sometimes when they're trying to think.
No, they don't.
Do they not?
Oh, just like that.
Oh, honey. Lily just like wraps an arm around Rosemary and sort of turns her back around and does that like, you know, like that in movies where they do like fake laugh, you know? Like you just said something funny. So, act like you just said something funny.
I just said something really funny.
Yeah, Lily just does the fakest over the top laugh.
Yeah, Rosemary is like afraid to be. I imagine that like Lily turned us. Did Lily turn us away from where Luke is or towards Luke?
Probably away. She just didn't want you looking at the wall.
Yeah. So we're turned away, and I'm like, we should get out of here because there are like actually a lot of reasons that I don't want to talk to Luke.
Yeah, just walk and talk. Let's pretend. Just walk and talk. Ha 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 ha. It's just laughing and like pulling Rosemary along with her, and she pulls her phone out and texts a thumbs up to Colette, letting Colette know that like the job is done, and also sends in like I think she's
like that.
Try to stick around until he takes a drink of his coffee and then question him.
It's not a cramp thing.
Okay, is coffee? I thought he had water.
Oh, water. Yeah,
it was water.
Okay. Can too. Thumbs up emoji.
Yeah, so as soon as the janitor gets there and he convinces the janitor to take down the poster, here. Okay, I guess you can come back to classroom with me. I don't know, there's got to be some sort of reward system at this school, right, for students who do good things. Yeah. And he turns around and heads back to his classroom.
Oh, now Melanie wants me to start early.
All right, then I will follow back.
He sits down at his desk and immediately takes a drink of water before he starts rifling through the desk like, let's see, that's demerits. Okay, I don't think I have anything on a reward system. Do you know if there's a way that they commend students for doing good things, Colette?
I have no idea. It's funny, right? They only have demerits but no merits, which is really telling, right?
It's fine.
Yeah, maybe I should talk to the principal about that. Anyways, thank you. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Oh, well, no problem at all. I actually did notice walking into school this morning that our previous teacher's car is still in the parking lot. It's really distinctive too. It's this bright red truck, and I haven't seen anything else like it really. I was just wondering, did he leave
To
go like just do something, or
have any idea.
like what's going on with that? Like, why would his car still be in the parking lot? I'm just very concerned because he was beloved by much of our class.
No, no, he's he's in the teacher's lounge. Wait, what the hell? Why the hell did I say that? What the hell is going on?
What do you mean?
I mean, we hit him in the teacher's lounge.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I'm afraid to wipe it off because I don't want to wipe it.
You know, maybe you all just like, maybe we walked too fast and you're not feeling super well. Can I get you something? Sometimes when I stand up too fast, I get super dizzy.
No, I have water right here, and he takes another drink of water.
Well, I just meant like, I don't know, like a towel or something. You're starting to sweat a little bit. Here, like she probably has some type of handkerchief or something. And just going to like hand it over to him.
Yeah, that would be nice. Thank you. I don't know why I said those things. They're not. They're true. I mean, not. They're true. Maybe you should leave and we can talk about this later.
Absolutely. Take it easy, right? This is your free period. This is your free period.
Right. Yes. Thank you. Have a good day.
Yeah.
You too. She will get on out of there.
I think that Lily is like has pulled Rosemary around the corner so they could wait for
about,
Colette.
Like, fucking up the stream than anything. The fact that we did like
Okay.
knock something over
And
here,
yeah, like what's like probably quickly coming around that corner. Is still like kind of looking a little bit backward again, just like, you know, let's keep walking, keep. It's like kind of like motioning to like just keep walking down the hall, so it gets like as far from the classroom as possible.
Should I still be fake laughing while we're walking?
That's so funny. And like in the middle of like laughs and stuff, Colette will probably like relay this information to them that like apparently he was hidden in the teacher's lounge somewhere.
That does not. Usually, if you're talking about a person who's okay, you can't really hide them somewhere. So that's. I didn't like the
really
class,
weird.
but that's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Should we try to get into the teacher's lounge? I mean, hopefully our old teacher's alive, but like hurt or unconscious or something.
That's what make the 40
But we should
milligram.
probably get there.
There is one option, and this may seem a little chaotic, but we could pull the fire alarm.
Ooh.
Then wouldn't we like also have to leave? Like we'd have to figure out somewhere to hide that. Like we could just come in, but like I don't know.
We could just be in the girls' bathroom. Like no one's gonna check for us there. And the minute it's clear, we just go over to the teacher's lounge, do a quick little peek, and then we can say like, "Oh, we didn't know what to do. The alarm was going off. I was peeing. I can't go if I'm in the bathroom." You know, that sort of thing.
But if they find out that we pulled the alarm, we're probably gonna get in really big trouble, right?
How will they know?
Are there cameras or anything around the school?
Oh damn it. I'm running out of ideas here. Usually I have much better ones.
That's all
That was the pop quiz this morning. It's really done a
And
number
if I
on my
mute
head.
it, OBS doesn't capture it, and then we don't stream.
Maybe we could try to break
But
in.
I have myself
after
actually muted in
school.
Discord, and then I also have the link.
Will we have enough time before that party?
But like, I accidentally pushed.
We could skip the party.
Go mode earlier.
I mean, you'll have like 5 hours ish between the end of school and the party. So I guess it depends on how much time you think you need to get ready for the party.
Ready, yeah.
I mean, I don't know, between the queen bee and the fashionista, like, maybe a good amount of time. Not like 5 hours, but like a good amount of time. But no, I think we could give it a try.
Okay, so instead of just going home going home immediately, that's what I was looking for. Going home immediately, we'll just stick around and we'll do a little snoop in the teacher's lounge. Yeah, that works for me.
I'm just imagining, is it Never-Ending Story where the kid just like goes up to the attic of the school after school and just reads the book up there all day? That's what I'm imagining us doing.
So we will fast forward to the end of school. How long after school's done do you want to wait?
There's probably still, because there's always like after school activities and like teachers stay behind to do stuff and like people have detention and stuff. But as long as it's not as busy, it would be easier to sneak in. So I don't know how long we should wait. Like a half an hour?
Yeah, like I was thinking like that, or like
Half
maybe
an hour
an
to
hour.
45 minutes.
Yeah, something like that.
Enough that we know like it's relatively emptied out, and we can like definitely before like the cleaning crew comes through, because we don't want to get caught by them. Yeah.
Hate that.
What do you think we're doing while we're in the bathroom for 45 minutes hiding? Are we all just like in a like? Are we all in different stalls hiding, or did we like pile into the biggest stall and we're all just like in there together?
Oh man. Probably. And like, I don't know if y'all had this, but I know like at my school some of the bathrooms had stalls like designated specifically for like changing clothes.
Oh.
They were like bigger than, like they weren't like, they were different from like handicap style stalls, because they have the accessibility or anything. So they were just specifically for like changing out a lot of students' work, so like they would change their outfit. So maybe we're in one of those, just like one of us has made an out of order sign to stick on the outside of it.
Yeah.
We're inside one of the stalls, like on the little bench with like our feet pulled up, making sure no one sees.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. That's very cute. Maybe while we're doing that, could I look into the name of the author of the replacement like textbook? Like just like look up on like my phone or something?
Sorry, what was that?
Could I, while we're like waiting for the school to clear out, could I research the author of the new textbook on my phone?
Oh, yes. Absolutely.
Okay. That, I'm assuming that'd be like knowledge?
Yes.
Okay. I got a 6, and that's my good stat, so that's a 9.
Yeah.
Okay. this is the only book by that author, but they have a really strange online blog.
Yeah. Very. Yeah, very good.
Of course they do.
The posts vary. They espouse various beliefs, including lots of talk about abstinence. They also talk about spiritual energies and magic and different types of power, and how abstinence can be related to that.
Is this a blog where it's like, don't jerk off because if you keep the energy inside you? Is that what kind of stuff this is?
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Oh my god.
So I'm like turning
Galaxy
redder.
brain right there.
I'm turning like redder and redder as I'm reading this, and I'm like, okay, no. So I think that Luke is doing this, like, I'm trying to think of how Rosemary would say it, because I would say it very crudely, but I don't think Rosemary would.
Rosemary has never said the phrase jack off in her life.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think she would be, here's actually how I think she would say it. I think she would be like, so, the person who wrote our book, I think Luke likes it. She's whispering, but I'm not going to whisper because that's terrible audio. I think the person who wrote this book, they have this theory. It's not very scientific, but if you keep your sperm inside of you, you gain energy from it, and there's a lot of talk about, like, being like your life force. And so I think maybe Luke is doing this because they lost so many games last year, and so he thinks that if he is abstinent, then he'll be better at lacrosse.
Hey, first off, hearing you say the word sperm is really weird, Rosemary. I don't like
are
it.
you okay?
I don't like
I'm trying
it.
to use the scientific language. That's not what the blog says, but I didn't want to say what the blog says.
Okay, I understand. Just for don't.
How would you say it? How would you say it?
I don't know, but maybe teaching abstinence is okay now because I don't want to ever hear you say that.
Oh my god.
But
I thought it
Are we
was
done?
important. I thought it was important for you to know. I didn't know another way to say it.
Okay, that
Yeah, that would be like, well, anyway, it would be like one thing if, like, they lost a bunch of games and, like, he just went on and did it, but, like, is he trying to get, like, the entire, like, team to buy into this too then?
Maybe. I guess that is an uncomfortable conversation to have with your friends.
Has the above the table, has the sports season started yet, or is it just like practices and random meetups and things like that? Like have they had like a proper first game yet?
No, they haven't had a proper first game.
Yeah, okay. So I think Lily is just like, I mean, they've been practicing a lot, and maybe he thinks that this will work. It doesn't really seem fair to the rest of the team, and if what Colette's true, he's like, or what Colette says is true, like he's trying to get it to other teams too, like the whole sports community here at school, and it's just really weird.
How did Luke even have the like institutional power to get this teacher a job.
I mean, you would be surprised, like, what some of the sport parents can do in terms of pulling strings.
Also, just like like she's the head of the PTA, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's a total Karen.
Yeah, the whole, like, for the children thing.
Yeah, she even has the haircut to go with it.
Unfortunate.
It's a lot of talk about sperm to have your thing be for the children. Like, I don't think you should be talking to kids about that kind of thing.
Okay, so I think our best bet is to, now that we know this at least, figure out what's going on in the teacher's lounge, and then, go to the party tonight and find out if Luke is trying to like spread this message. I don't like the word spread when we're talking about this.
You don't like words that start with SP, it sounds like.
Clearly this is a thing now. Well, we will see if Luke is trying to share. It's a little bit better. Share his message and go from there, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess we'll go see if our other teacher's alive, and then we'll go to a party.
I like it.
Okay, so yeah, how do you get to the teacher's lounge when you get there? The halls are empty. Like you can hear the screech of sneakers from like the basketball team or something, also, doing drills or something. Otherwise the halls are empty. But when you get there, the door's locked.
Is the teacher's lounge like an exterior wall? Like, is there a window or something from outside the school?
Yes.
Well, I don't know, I sometimes talk to the different birds and squirrels around here. They might be small enough to fit through on the vents or something and let us in through the window.
That is such a good idea.
That is a really good idea.
All right, let's go to the outside and see if I can find anyone.
Yeah, I think Lily genuinely loves when Colette does this. So like she is like wide-eyed wonder, so excited. Like this is the coolest thing in the world.
Okay, yeah. There are plenty of birds and squirrels outside. Roll a craft roll and we'll see if you can
All right.
get them to do your bidding.
Okay, this is my second to least good one. So we're gonna see how this goes. Okay, that's a 5.
Is there a help mechanic in this game? I don't think there
I don't know.
was.
No.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay, so you can either take a weakness, or if you want, I can give you a devil's bargain. Success with a cost here on that roll.
I'll take a weakness on that.
Okay. You talk. Do you prefer a squirrel or a bird?
At least for this job, I would say probably a squirrel. They have like little hands. But she probably has like a pretty good relationship, just like feeding like bird seed and stuff to these animals at this point. Though like my wildlife rehabber brain is like, don't do that. But
Your fictional teenage brain doesn't know any better.
Exactly. Yeah, he'll probably grab a little handful of like birdseed or something, and call one of the squirrels over. Be like, "Hey Charlie, how's it going?"
It chitters back at you, rather excitedly.
Okay, hey Charlie. So I have something to ask of you. You could possibly get through that vent up there and make it into that room over there. It's like probably one of your first or like second lefts to actually get into that room. If you could open up the window, that'd be absolutely fantastic. And if you can get us in there, I'll pop some popcorn for you.
So Charlie will jump. We'll run up the tree, but go to the end of the branch, and it will attempt to jump from the branch to the vent. Unfortunately, Charlie can't get there.
Oh no.
The vent is just not enough of a purchase for Charlie to land on, so this kind of falls off of it. So after a couple of attempts, Charlie just runs away. It's like, I'm gonna go do something else now.
Fair enough. Fair enough. This is fair, Charlie. Same.
Hold on. Let's look at this because did I pick a social power? I didn't actually pick or suggest. I picked suggestion. Does that mean that only power have, or is that just something benefit when we're casting craft, when we're rolling craft?
And it is, I believe. I'll look at this here for a second. It is special power just gets you an added 1.
If we use that power. Okay, so
yeah.
I think that Lily always has a sewing kit on her. That's like sort of it's one of those little like, just travel sewing kits. And so she goes up to the window and like peeks in, and I imagine it's like a window that has like a latch that just needs to be popped so we can I know my high school was not the best at security and it latched windows. So I think that she opens up her sewing kit and looks through, like she's got her crystals in here and everything, and she pulls out some thread and a needle, and I would like to use my magic to sort of bend this needle into because I wouldn't be able to do that normally, and like to a fishing hook type of shape, and somehow with my magic finagle this needle on a thread into like a gap on the window so I can pop the latch and we can get it open.
Okay.
That was very convoluted.
Yeah. So
I only have 1 point in craft, so this is gonna be fun.
Nice. Same.
Well, I rolled a 3, so that's a 4.
Okay, so same thing. I can offer you a success with cost, or you can just take the weakness. When you accumulate 5 weaknesses, you get a -1 to a stat.
got one already. I'll take the succeed at cost.
Okay. I think the cost here is that the window is obviously broken. Like the latch is broken. Something very obvious happens. So if somebody were to walk by, they can see that somebody's broken in through this window.
Yeah, I'll take that. I think what Lily does is that she like realizes that she's broken it and like it's probably like hanging a little loose or something. So she shimmies it open and looks at her friends and is just like, "All right, I got us in. It's a little not like it was before. So you two go in, investigate. I'll just casually hang out here, and if anyone comes, I'll just act like it was all my fault." And I'll just go like, I'll say really loudly, "Oh yeah, this window looks pretty bad." And if you hear that, then you two run back into the hall, like through the door. Get out of there quick. Sound good?
Sounds good.
I've already had 5 detentions. This is not gonna change anything.
Rosemary looks so nervous about this and is just like, okay, I guess we'll go in and see if there's somebody in there.
Be careful.
It's the only thing I know how to be. And yeah, I think she'll go in through the window.
Okay.
All right, same.
The teacher's lounge there's like a couch, a couple of tables with some uncomfortable looking plastic chairs. It smells like coffee in here. There is like a coat closet near or in the back corner, and then there's some like counter space, some little cupboards. Not a whole lot there. You do not immediately see your teacher.
I guess I'll look in the... Do any of the cupboards look big enough to for a person to be in?
Maybe if the cupboards don't have like a wall sectioning them off, maybe, but otherwise not really.
Should we look in the cupboards? If I see just a head, I'm gonna scream. I'm telling you that right now.
Yeah, no, that's entirely fair.
Yeah, Rosemary's gonna try to look in the cupboards.
The cupboards aren't empty, but your teacher is not under the cupboards. There, you find basic supplies, paper towels, whatever else they keep under the counters.
You just hear Lily from outside go, "Check the ceiling! Push the boards up!"
Oh, that's actually a good idea. Like the title said, that's a really good idea. Okay, so those were the covers. I guess next would be like the coat thing, though. Look at the coat thing first, and then we'll like get up on the table or the couch or something.
Like a 2-person job.
Okay, so when you open the coat closet, your teacher falls out of the closet onto you.
Oh my god.
They are alive, but they like lose their balance and fall out of the closet onto you. Their hands are tied, and they have a piece of cloth around their mouth.
Lily just pressed up against the
Yeah, Rosemary hears like the commotion and like claps her hands over her mouth so she doesn't scream because she doesn't know if this person's alive or not.
Yeah, after the initial shock, I think Colette will go like untie him and like take the gag or whatever out of his mouth. Like, oh my god, are you okay? That's a stupid question. I'm sorry. Can we help?
As soon as you take the gag off, he starts spitting out a bunch of like plants and leaves onto the floor, and then you hear the doorknob behind you jingle. The door opens, and Luke says, "You shouldn't be in here," and that's where we're gonna go to break.
Oh no.
Welcome to the Lost Caravan RPG.
A haven for the lost, the worn, and the wandering.
Whether you only need a place to rest your soul,
or looking for a brand new journey, we welcome you.
You are safe within our ranks, surrounded by the friends you have yet to meet.
Some of you may be new, eager to take your first steps in the shoes of a hero.
Others are veterans of a war fought through generations.
Having played dozens of characters
and rolled hundreds of dice.
Either way, we can promise you will find moments of adventure and heartbreak,
as well as moments of tears and laughter.
Countless noble tales have been spun around our campfire,
such as Pathfinder, Dungeons and Dragons, Lancer, and Locust.
We travel anywhere and everywhere,
exploring towering castles, desolate space stations, and haunted mansions.
We have a few roles if you decide to stay.
Treat each other with love, kindness, and acceptance.
We never judge on appearance, only on richness of character.
For as long as you ride with the caravan, you will never walk alone.
We work together to forge a better world for us and for every traveler after we're gone.
So, take a seat, grab a drink, and listen to our tales.
When you're ready, we'll help you tell a tale of your own.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back.
Oh, God.
Luke just walked in and said you shouldn't be there. Just after you discover your actual sex ed teacher tied up in a closet in the teacher's lounge.
Well, I could kind of say the same thing to you, Luke. You're not really a teacher either. The only teacher here is the one that's currently on the floor, but spitting out leaves at the moment.
I just needed one day, and you couldn't even give me that. Why did you have to go snooping?
One day to do what?
It's none of your business.
I mean, when it comes to what looks like detaining another human being, I kind of think it should be somebody's business, maybe?
Why did you have to snoop?
Because something was wrong?
Classes get new teachers all the time.
Not for this reason.
Can you please just tell us what's wrong?
What do you mean what's wrong?
Gestures broadly.
I'm fixing it, and that's...
Fixing what? You're fixing that there's a tied-up teacher? Which you don't even seem surprised by the way.
I'm fixing the problem.
I just think it's really hypocritical of you that this morning you were like, we should respect teachers. And then now, after school, it doesn't seem like you respect teachers that much.
No, I told you to respect the lesson Mr. Meadows was trying to teach.
That's going in the cons column for you. I also think Rosemary, like, while this is happening, wants to try to, like, look at the leaves that were in the teacher's mouth to see if they're, like, magic or something, or, like, what the purpose was.
Ooh.
They're rosemary.
They're rosemary leaves?
Yes.
Huh, weird.
Very weird.
Okay. Would I know if that has, like, obviously, like, my name, but, like, if it has, like, any other, like, usages or something?
It is sometimes used to enhance faith.
Oh. I'm, like, making sure... After I realize that, I think I'm, like, making sure the teacher doesn't have it, like, doesn't have anywhere in their mouth, and I'm just like, this is really weird. If you want to keep your sperm inside your body, that should be a personal decision. You shouldn't be making that for everybody in the school. Rosemary's bright red.
You don't understand any of this. And I really wish you hadn't gone snooping. Why? Ugh.
I mean, you're right. We clearly don't understand, which is why we want you to explain this to us. Why do you want to teach abstinence to every other person in the school? Is this about last season?
Yes, it's about last season. I can't get a scholarship if we can't win games.
You can't get a scholarship if you go to jail for assaulting a teacher either, I'm pretty sure.
Nobody was supposed to find out about that.
But what was the plan? Because, like, yeah, for today you could have Mr. Meadows in, but what were you gonna do with our old teacher after that?
Mr. Meadows was gonna handle that part. Doesn't matter because you're all too late. Because I can still do this. I can still make sure we win this season. I just need to make sure you stay here. I just need to make sure you stay here. Doesn't matter. I can still do this. And he's going to slam the door to the classroom, and you can hear the click as he locks the door. And then you hear, like, a couple of grunts as he's, like, clearly trying to do something. And then, like, a snapping sound. He snaps the key off in the lock. Like, he doesn't know how to keep you in the room, but he's like trying to come up with an idea.
And he also doesn't know he came through the window.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna look over at Lily, who's still outside, and just and I think I don't want him to notice, but I'm gonna try to look over and be like, go get help.
Lily is going to... Lily, trust. It's always the English teacher. You always trust the English teacher. Lily's going to go get...
That's fair.
Yeah, that's
English
just
teachers are good
the little queer kid inside of me. It was always the English teacher.
Yeah.
Lily's going to go and just huff it back inside and try to find their English teacher, see if their English teacher is still on campus.
Yeah, she's still on campus.
Yeah, Lily just runs in and is just like, I'm just gonna make up a name. Miss Edwards, there's a big problem in the teacher's lounge. Don't ask me how I know this, but there might be like a hostage situation.
What? I'm sorry. What?
Just come
In
with
the
me.
teachers' lounge?
Just when have I ever? I mean, okay, I've told a couple of fibs. When have I ever really lied to you? Okay, come on, we gotta go. We gotta go.
Okay. Yes. You're gonna have to explain better on the way there, Lily. What is happening?
You know my friends Colette and Rosemary. We might have been in the teachers' lounge after hours. You don't need to know why. It's not important right now. But Luke is in there and has locked himself in there with them, and it is not good. It's not good. We got to get him out.
And how did your friends and Luke get into the teachers' lounge?
Through the door. Well, yeah, for the most part.
And how did they shouldn't have the key to that room.
It was unlocked. Totally. Remember how I said you shouldn't ask questions? This is a question. We gotta go.
Okay, so we'll say their classroom isn't too far from the lounge. But as you get there, you hear the door shut for the front door of the school, as you can see the door, it's glass doors, so you can see through them, and you can see Luke leaving. Lily, there's Luke. I thought you said he was in the teacher's lounge.
He was, and now I'm really worried because I don't know what he might have done to my friends. Lily's just running as quick as she can to the door. She's just gonna start banging on it. Just Clint, Rosemary, are you still alive? What is going on in there? Just losing her shit.
Yeah, we're locked in though.
I think he broke the key off in the lock.
Yes, he did. I'm gonna have to find the janitor, Lily. What is going on?
There's a teacher in here that needs help.
Lily, chase after Luke! Chase after Luke!
That's Sailing Jim! That's all she's going to say, and then she's just going to take off running. Not fast. Not bad breath. Nope. I have 0 in vigor. So it all checks out.
Okay.
Rosemary also not particularly vigorous, so...
Same. I'm glad we all chose the same stat block.
None of us can do this.
So, Lily, I think once you get outside, you get out there in time to see Luke's car driving away.
Yeah, I'm just I've probably made it to the parking lot, and I'm bent over with my hands on my knees, just and Lily doesn't drive. She doesn't know how to drive. So I think she's just going to give up and just walk back into the school to try to help her friends out. Because in her mind, they'll probably be able to confront Luke at the party. This is what she's thinking.
When you get back inside, Miss Edward has a janitor who's working on opening the door. It takes him a few minutes, but he does manage to get it open. And Mrs. Edwards strides into the school, into the lounge. She scans the room. She's like, "What in the world? Is that window broken? What? Lily."
Why are you worried out the window when there's a teacher here who's injured?
I see that, but there seems to be a lot
If anything, we should be
happened in here.
those. We saved someone's life today.
Windows are replaceable, and teachers are irreplaceable.
Yeah, I know how much you guys are paid. It's not a lot. You don't deserve this.
Okay, fine. We will talk about the window later.
But that was like that when we came in.
And how did you find... How did you know Mr. Anderson was in here?
Well, I came to go talk to Mr. Meadows during the free period, and he's acting super strange and was talking about the old sex ed teacher being in the teacher's lounge, and he just seemed really concerned about it.
Yeah, what do you know about this Mr. Meadows? Seems a little suspicious to us. A lot suspicious now.
I don't know anything about him personally. Just that he was supposed to take over, at least today. I don't... Why? What do you mean he was acting weird?
Well, yeah, he just...
Was he inappropriate?
I wouldn't say inappropriate, but
He was writing a bunch of pickup lines on the blackboard during class. Which I don't think is appropriate.
Fair.
True. I didn't think about that. That's amazing.
Okay. Okay, so I will handle the rest of this. You girls should head home. I'm sure the principal will want to talk to you later, but for now, you can go.
Mr. Anderson, what happened? Like, did someone attack you? Do you remember anything at all?
No, not... No, I don't. I mean, I came into work. I was getting a morning cup of coffee, and then the next thing I remember was I was tied up in that closet. Like, I don't remember anything else.
Lily's just sort of shaking her head and walking out of the lounge, just like, this is not good. Whatever's happening here is bad. I'm getting bad vibes all around.
I think Rosemary kind of stays behind for a second, and she, like, looks very, like, nervous, and she's like, Mr. Anderson, I had a class-related question for you. Is there any scientific reason to believe that refraining from sexual activity gives you any kind of special powers?
A scientific reason? Absolutely not. No.
Okay, that's what I thought. she leaves and goes out.
Alright, pass the test. Cool. You didn't get indoctrinated too fast.
Yeah. Well, what should we do? Luke got away.
But he'll be at the party tonight, right? I mean, that's got to be the second part of his scheme.
I mean, maybe. Like, would he really show up to the party?
And tell people not to have sex? That's why would you go to a party and, like...
Listen, cishet white teenage guys have the confidence of God.
You know, I can't really argue with that. Well,
I mean,
in any case, we could stop whatever he's doing at the party if he does try something.
Exactly. We can use our magic.
I like it.
I could make a potion that would, like, could knock somebody out, and then maybe we could try to get him to have the potion.
That and I, I'm very good at making suggestions. Maybe I can get him to change his mind or something like that. Or if he manages it before us, then maybe I can change other people's minds.
That's a good idea. Yeah, because he said he just needed 1 day, so I'm just worried that he's doing something other than... Oh, and also the stuff that was in the teacher's mouth was, like, rosemary, which is, like, to make you more religious, so, like, I'm worried that he's gonna try to do something magic. And also the sperm stuff is, like, kind of not... It's not scientific for sure, so I think that might be magic, too. So I wonder if he's some kind of, like, if he's like a secret warlock or something.
Maybe he's just messing with things he doesn't understand fully.
I mean, anybody will try something that they read on the internet nowadays.
Yep. Well, we can always go to we can always meet up and get ready, and I can pick out your outfits for you, and we can look amazing and go to the party and try to have a little fun maybe. But main goal is taking care of Luke, basically. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'll probably need some time to gather together the herbs and stuff that I'll need for the potion. So probably that's what I'll do to get ready. It's just that.
Outfit change. Make sure to get some good chips. I said I was gonna do that. Other than that, yeah, that's all Colette's doing to get ready for the party.
So question for Colette and Lily. Is there anyone you're hoping that will be at the party, or that you like message to like make sure they're gonna be at the party?
Not for Lily, no. I think she mostly sticks to her friends and herself. Like she probably wouldn't even go to this party if it wasn't for this happening and Colette also inviting her. So what is on Lily's mind more so than seeing anybody is being seen. She wants everyone to see her perfect outfit that she's worked on. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, kind of the same thing. Just mostly the squad, like the table populars and like everybody that should have been invited already, probably. People she's expecting to see there.
Okay. And then montage of everybody getting.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is Lily's outfit?
Well, Lily definitely does the maximalist trend. Like she's not the, the take one piece off before you leave the house crap. She is like accessories, bright colors, neons. Like she's probably wearing I imagine I think she's got like a beret on that she's really into berets right now. And probably like wearing her dress is like she's wearing it backwards because she likes the back detail more than the front detail. And like she wants to show that off. And then it's definitely like some kind of dress that she has a petticoat underneath, so it's fluffy. And I mean it's just like bangles on her arms. Every piercing in her ear has an earring in it. Like she is just over the top. That's like her thing. She loves it. And I think she's really like mindful to pick out very like trendy to high school standards, like things for Colette, and like very sort of like this boho chic, greens and browns, like one with nature type of thing for Rosemary.
Yes.
Like she is definitely the kind of person, like she loves fashion and she pays attention to her friend, like details from her friends. Like she's very attentive.
That's so cute. If it's a montage, it's like also then, so it'll be like, these shots of Lily like putting all these like beautiful like stuff for the outfit, and then it's like Rosemary just getting like wiping her forehead and just like dirt behind as she's like getting plants and stuff that she needs for this potion. And like under her fingernails just like dirt and like green from like using her nails to like pinch the like parts of the plant that she needs.
Yeah, I imagine like Lily and Colette are probably also helping Rosemary with like makeup, and it just like sit still, like the whole Breakfast Club thing. It's like don't blink, not done with the mascara yet.
Yeah, definitely multiple tries. Lily like does the thing, which this is also how I was in high school, where you're like opening your eyes so wide, and then as soon as the like mascara brush gets close, you just start blinking frantically, just instinctively. Yeah.
All right, we're ready to go.
I think you both look fabulous. If anything, people are going to talk about your outfits tonight because you look great.
I think.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I think Rosemary, like, I feel like if Lily has been paying attention to Rosemary, I think she's like when picking out the outfit, I think Rosemary is like surprised that it's comfortable. Like it looks really cute, but it's also like comfortable, and I think this is the first time that she's realized that like you can pick comfortable clothes that are also cute, because that's like pretty much the only reason, like she only dresses for comfort. So she like looks in the mirror and she's like just thinking like, I didn't think that I could look like this and be like comfy.
Lily is standing there with her arms crossed, a very proud look on her face. So, yeah, she's happy.
Should I roll for my potion? My knockout potion?
Yes.
Okay. It's my craft, and I'm using herbs, so I get a plus 3 to this. And I got another 5, so that is a success. It's 5 plus 3, so 5 is 8.
Okay. Yeah, so you have a working knockout potion. What does it look like? How do you take it to the party and stuff?
Yeah, I feel like it would just be a vial. Like, because I feel like Rosemary hasn't been doing potions for, like, that long. So, like, most of what she does is just like, oh yeah, you just, like, you mix something together. You use, like, the mortar and pestle, you get it all, crunched down, and then you, like, infuse it with, like, water or an oil or something, and then you strain it into a vial, and that's how you do potions. She hasn't really thought about having, like, different kind of containers for things, so I think it's a vial, and it's just, like, a pitch black color of the potion, and that's how she's like, oh yeah, this will knock somebody out.
All right. How do you get to the party?
Does Colette drive? Or
Yeah, I feel like Colette would have a car.
Yeah, because I know Lily already said that she doesn't, and I don't know that Rosemary probably bikes a lot of places, so. What kind of car does Colette have? Oh, sorry, I
just not thinking. Oh no.
Right when you took a bite.
It's fine. It's totally fine. No, I feel like Colette would have like some type of convertible of some kind. Like maybe some type of like really small, like maybe a bug, like a convertible bug.
Oh, that's so cute.
That's very cute.
Is it yellow? So is she the queen bee that talks to bees while
Exactly.
driving a bee?
Exactly.
It's very cute. Does it have those like fake eyelashes that people put on cars?
Absolutely. It's the tackiest thing.
Good.
Amazing.
So imagine when you arrive. Imagine there's like the walk up scene with the badass song as you walk up to the party, which all fades away as you go through the door. And it's pretty packed in here. Like there's enough room to move around, but there's a lot of kids. Some of whom call out to Colette, say hi. Most of them already have some sort of beverage. Some of them have beer. Some of them have energy drinks, sodas.
Making me crazy, wine coolers. Flashback, baby. Lily doesn't drink, but she immediately looks at Colette and says, "Hey, you got those chips?"
Oh yeah.
Grabs them and lining it to the kitchen. To open those.
I think Rosemary's looking for Luke, probably.
Where do you want to look for Luke? You're sort of in around the living room area right now.
Probably. Is there like are there people in like the backyard
Yes.
hanging out? I think she'll look there first because that's probably where where people would go to like talk, because it's so packed in here. And she doesn't know if Luke would be in the kitchen, and like obviously wouldn't be upstairs in the bedrooms, so like maybe out back so he can like there's a lot of people out there, but like you can have a conversation, it's not as loud.
Okay. Yeah, you head out to the backyard. You see a group of little lacrosse team players. They all have their hoodies on and stuff. You're not sure. You would have to get closer, but you think you see Luke among them.
I think she's gonna try to get closer. There's a part of her that's like, maybe I should go get the others. And then she's like, well, everyone else just keeps taking these, like, Colette was holding this, like, unconscious teacher, and Lily broke the window, and, like, maybe it's time that, like, I try to, like, not be so scared.
Yeah.
So I think she goes over to the lacrosse team, mostly to see if Luke actually is there.
Okay. As you make your way across the yard, where does Colette go?
I feel like if Lily ended up taking the chips over to the kitchen, like she would just probably start socializing and ask, "Hey, how's everybody doing? Like, how's the rest of school? How are extracurriculars? Like, what's the talk right now? Like, what's going on?"
As you do that, Alex, kid who's throwing the party, finds you. Yeah. Oh, Colette, I'm glad you could make it. And there's like a table or something nearby, and he sets down an energy drink, a Nightmare Stallion energy drink on the table, and then reaches into the pocket of his hoodie and takes out a beer and opens that and starts drinking that. It's good that you came. I'm really glad that you came.
Yeah, I'm really glad to be here. Oh my god, get this. I thought we almost weren't going to make it because of this like really weird thing that was happening over by the teachers' lounge after school. I don't know if you've heard it yet, but Yeah, like you know how like people were still like seeing Mr. Anderson's car in the in the parking lot, and we had this new guy come in with all this like weird like abstinence stuff. Well, Mr.
Oh yeah, I seen
Anderson,
that guy.
yeah, he was in the teacher's lounge the entire time, but like I don't know, like someone like tied him up and like put him in the closet, and like it's if I hadn't have seen it with my own eyes, I wouldn't have believed it.
Weird. So like he was in the teacher's lounge? How do you know that?
It was.
Well, because Luke was going in there. He has a key for some reason.
Luke?
Yeah.
Strange. I didn't think he was on good enough terms with any teachers to give him the key to the teacher's lounge. That's so weird.
Except for that new guy though, like I don't know, did you see him like just talking to him like up at his desk at the beginning of class? He never does that. He's like always in the back of the classroom.
Yeah, I didn't take Luke for a brown noser.
Right?
Yeah, could you see? I will catch up later. It looks like I got more adoring fans to see tonight. Don't forget to get yourself a brewski and have a good time.
Of course. Just keep an eye out, yeah?
Yeah, we'll do. And before he walks away, he scoops the energy drink back up. And as he walks away, you definitely think you see him tip his head back and pour both into his mouth.
Yeah, he's one of those.
I hate it. God, I hate it so much.
Fair enough. Now to
Lily, you go to the kitchen. There's obviously there's more drinks. There's sodas. There's beer. And there's a few cans of energy drink as well. And some tortilla chips that have definitely been left out on the counter too long. Like they just poured them in a bowl and they're just sitting there.
I find
Sounds good. Love you. Wait.
Probably like some soda, like a Coke or something. And pour myself a glass of that, and I immediately I take the chips that Colette brought, and Lily has no shame if you haven't noticed by now. And is like she goes through the kitchen cabinets to find herself her own like small bowl to pour some chips into this bowl, and then she'll leave the rest on the counter. And she's just gonna like perch up in a corner and sort of like she's like a little golem, just like she's just gonna just drink her drink and eat some chips, and she wants to like look like because she's got that reputation now as like the weird girl, so she's gonna use that to her advantage and keep to herself and listen in to people who are like coming in and out for any talk of if like Luke has a plan to give a big speech or something like that, any sort of relevant Luke information.
Okay.
Just munching as she does.
Colette, as you approach the cross players in the backyard, they sort of part, like they move aside, and you can clearly see that Luke is standing there. He goes, "Oh, Rosemary, you made it to the party. Look, I wanted to apologize for that misunderstanding earlier. If you'd let me."
Yeah. So, Rosemary's extremely confused and did not think this was gonna be what was gonna happen. So she's just like, Yeah, I would love a chance to talk to you.
Cool. Do you want to do it you here? Or you want to go somewhere a little more private? We can talk there.
Despite everything, Rosemary still is very attracted to Luke. So when he says like, "Oh, let's go someplace private," she knows categorically that what this is and what this isn't, but still is like a little bit like nervous. And she's like, because this morning she was like, "This I idolize this guy and he doesn't even know who I am," and now he's like, "Oh, let's talk." So she's like, yeah, I guess if you want to go somewhere private, we could. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
He will offer his hand to you and be like, "Yeah, let's come over here. I know some of the kids like to use this spot to make out and stuff, but it's a good place to have a conversation."
Yeah, perfect. That's a perfect place to have a conversation.
There is a small grove of trees on the back corner of the yard, and that he will walk with you back into that.
She's read too many fanfics. This is what's happening to Rosemary right now, where she's like, I know this is not a good idea, but maybe he had a change of heart.
I can fix him.
I can fix him.
Like, actually.
She also knows she has a knockout potion, like, in her bag, so
True.
it's like...
True.
So, you know, this is mutually beneficial.
Rosemary has been on Tumblr just long enough.
Yeah, so she goes with him, but she is making, like, in her mind, there's a part of her that's like, alright, how's, like, the quickest way I can get to this potion if I need it? So, like, mentally, she's like, alright, I'll, like, pop this open, put my hand, this is exactly where it is. So she's not, you know, this isn't smart for her to do this, but she's thinking a little bit ahead.
Okay, back in the house. Lily, you're listening, trying to pick up some details, and one of the other popular girls, we'll say her name's Lavender, walks up to you and she leans her back against the wall near you, and she's, "Hey, Lily, so I heard through the grapevine that you have a thing for Luke."
I don't think he's washed that jersey in like 2 years since he's worn it. Ew.
But that's just that's what everybody's saying. You were asking a lot of questions about him.
Yeah, I can sus, and I don't like when people are sus. You're being sus right now, so I mean, just saying, it's a little weird.
I just thought that you might want to know that I seen your friend Lily with Luke in the backyard. I just thought if you liked him, you'd want to know that they went off to that makeout spot in the backyard.
I think Lily, it takes Lily a minute to. Why would I care? And then it's like, oh shit, she's alone with Luke. Don't like that. And she just slams the bowl of chips into against Lavender's chest, and puts her drink down. And she's like pushing her way out of the kitchen, trying to get sight on Colette. And when she does, she's like waving her hands in the air, just like, SOS! SOS danger! Bad things!
Yeah, whatever circle Colette's talking to is like, I'm sorry, I think I'm needed over there. I'll be right back. Jot over.
Luca's alone with Rosemary outside of in the trees, the little makeout thing behind Alex's house.
Oh, you've got to be kidding.
Yeah, we gotta go. We gotta go now. Lily's just grabbing Colette and running through the back door, like trying to. Lily's never been to this. Like, this is actually probably like the first part she's ever been to Alex's house. She just knows like what Colette's told her. She doesn't know where this specific spot is, but she's
Colette knows.
Okay, Colette. I mean, yeah, it's fine. Lily is just like hyper fixated. She's gonna make sure her friend's okay.
Yeah. No. Rosemary in the trees. Luke is he's still being overly friendly, but he's also being weird because he's like, yeah, I'm just sorry. You surprised me earlier. I feel like I was a little mean, and I if you could just stand right here in this very specific spot. Thank you.
Rosemary is not going to stand in whatever specific spot.
The same subtlety as a high school boy.
I watched it through my fingers, but I saw Carrie.
Yeah. I think Rosemary doesn't go to that spot, but is like also kind of trying to like explain why she would go with Luke. So like given that he like locked her up in this room and stuff, so she's like, yeah, so I was like doing some research into like the author of that book, and at first I was like, oh, this book is bogus, but then when I was looking into it more and reading some of the stuff online, I was like, I mean, I didn't really like sex ed class before, and so I was thinking like maybe this could be cool, and then I was seeing the stuff about the sperm, and I was like, maybe this is legitimate because, energy transfer, and so I wanted to talk to you about it more and see, like, maybe if, you could tell me more about it, because I'm sure that, Mr. Meadows is probably going to get, fired, but I just wanted to talk to you about it.
When you specifically say energy transfer, he flushes. What do you mean? What do you mean about energy transfer? That how do you know about that?
Just if you keep all your fluids inside you, you become stronger. Which makes sense, because if you lose a lot of blood, then you know, that's bad. So naturally it would hold true for any other kind of fluid.
Lily and Colette, when you're ready, you can burst through the trees into this conversation.
Right when Rosemary says the word sperm. I got you.
Yep.
Yeah, Lily just hears Rosemary say that word and just slides to a stop. Ooh!
What is going on here?
I think Rosemary wants to make sure that neither of them step in whatever spot that was. So is kind of watching to make sure that they don't. But I think is like letting Luke answer so they can figure out what's going on.
Luke, why have you been acting so weird?
Damn it, you're ruining it. All I need is for one of you stand right there, the head of the circle, so I can transfer the class's energy to me and the rest of my teammates to make sure we win the rest of the year. I only need to do it a couple more times.
More times?
As long as the lessons from Mr. Meadows keep happening, and everybody pays attention, we'll just be fine. Everything will be fine.
Really, have you ever considered just practicing more?
Maybe going to the gym or something?
Yeah, or like, I don't know, pay off the referees like normal people.
Of course we're practicing. Of course we're going to the gym. But we need an edge.
Okay.
Or we're never going to get to state.
Okay.
So you're murdering people?
No. I'm just borrowing some of their energy. And they won't even notice. As long as they listen to Mr. Meadows. I read that blog too, Rosemary. I get it. I understand how it works. They'll be fine. All I need to do is transfer a bit of their energy to me and my teammate. And then maybe, Alex will learn how to run.
I think Rosemary is like finally like, okay, if everyone in the school is following this this abstinence thing, then their energy is getting stored up and then it's getting transferred. So I think the first thing she thinks to say is like, well, that's not gonna work on any of us. The three of us don't have any energy like that. Because we are not abstinent.
Colette and Lily, you are also literally just inside. You're pretty sure most of your classmates aren't abstinent either.
Yeah.
Yeah, Luke, you're sort of barking up the wrong tree here. Like, most of the people here, like, we sort of had a class of horn dogs.
Rosemary, for her part, is lying about herself. Rosemary does not have sex, but is trying to make sure that none of us get sacrificed.
I think that, I think this is Lily trying to use her power. I think she opens up her, she pulls it out of her pocket, because of course her outfit has a pocket, duh. Okay, so she pulls out of her pocket one of her crystals and sort of rubs it in her hands together and like warms it up, and she's just like, listen, Luke, I want you to take this, and any time that you feel that you are not performing in any way, that you should take this and think about how there's so many things that I could say and I don't want to. Think about how much better you feel when if you channel that feeling after then you'll play better. It is a wonderful feeling, a release of stress, and then your mind will be clear, so you can just focus right on the game.
Okay. Roll your craft. And take the +1 for using your special power and your item.
6. So it'd be an 8.
Yay! So Luke sort of like excitedly takes a crystal, like thinking it's going to be, you're giving him an edge to play better, and He grabs it, and is that the actual suggestion you're imbuing in the crystal? Or are you imbuing a different suggestion?
How honest do I want to be? I think the actual suggestion she is putting in the crystal is he doesn't need to ruin other people's fun just to win. That that whole winning isn't everything type of mindset. Something to just I think at the core of it, Lily thinks Luke is just stressed the hell out. And he needs to relax. So that's what she's sort of putting in this crystal.
Okay. So he takes this crystal and it takes a moment, and then he looks at the three of you and he's, wait a minute. I really think I need to just unwind. This whole lacrosse thing has me really stressed out. Thanks for talking to me.
I also think can I retcon something super quick? Just super quick. I also put in there that he should genuinely, and this was said in my power, genuinely ask Rosemary on a date. Just a couple of cool thoughts about how cool Rosemary is,
Yeah.
Plants are really cool. Hello. Yeah, I think just a little thing, not like a taking his agency away type of thing. Just some thoughts, that Rosemary's pretty cool.
It's like Inception.
Yeah.
you're incepting him.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So I think I'm gonna go get a drink, and then he looks over and smiles at Rosemary and is like, do you want to come with?
Me?
Yeah.
She looks at the other two to be like, this guy was just trying to suck our energy away. Is this another trap?
Just do it.
Do it.
We'll be watching. We'll keep our eyes on it. Got it.
I think she reaches in her bag and she's like, and also if you start to get too stressed out, I have this tincture that my mom gave me. And she pulls out the vial of the knockout potion.
Sleep
Oh my god.
she's like, yeah, and just if you start to get, this is what the two of them are hearing as Luke and Rosemary are walking away. She's like, just put a couple of drops in this and some tea before you go to sleep, and I think it would really help you relax.
Yeah, he's he replies he asks you questions about the tincture. Go inside to get a drink.
Lily's just elbowing Colette the whole time.
Look at yeah, basically.
How's growing up?
She's learned so much in one day. And Colette probably employs the help of a couple of local trash pandas and street cats to get rid of the circle.
Yeah.
Easy enough.
Yeah, if things seem to be going well, Lily will find those chips again.
Easy enough. Lavender put them back on the kitchen counter.
Good. She just poured herself a new drink, though. She's very safe about her drink. She poured herself a new drink.
Okay.
She will, she's gonna party, but, as she's, migrating around, she will keep her eyes on Rosemary and Luke. Just to, not in, a creepy way. She's making sure that Rosemary's safe.
What does Colette do?
I mean, yeah, she probably also keeps an eye on Rosemary, but goes back to the party, turns up the music, gets people having a really good time, maybe slams an energy drink or two, just ready to go.
I think it's at some point somebody's going to offer you a sort of, it's like a gimmicky soda. It's called Witch's Brew. And it glows in the dark. That's the gimmick. It usually gets released around Halloween. But yeah, somebody offers you one. They're like, "Oh, this is my last one. I bought a whole bunch of them last year. They're technically still good."
Technically. Why not? Go ahead and take a sip.
Rosemary, how does the rest of your night with Luke go?
I think, honestly, at first, Rosemary is just, still is waiting for, the other shoe to drop. So, waiting for there to be, I'm gonna, sacrifice you or whatever. So she's pretty wary. But then, as that feeling kind of goes away, then I think she has that thing that happens in high school where, you really like someone, and then when you're talking to them, you're like, we have nothing in common. Absolutely nothing in common. And so she, tries to talk about, a book that she's read or something, and, he doesn't really seem that interested. And then he, talks about lacrosse, and she's like, I don't understand this. So it then ends up just being, very stilted conversation, and I think Rosemary still is excited that she's getting attention, but then is this is actually not really that much fun, and is kind of looking at her other two friends who are actively having fun at this party, and is kind of I kind of wish I was hanging out with them instead of this guy who has made a lot of questionable decisions, even though he is very hot.
Is there anything else anybody else wants to happen before we close out?
I think at some point, as the night draws on, Lily finds a moment, when Rosemary, or Luke's walked away or something, and Colette's not surrounded by her other friends, and she sort of links arms with both Rosemary and Colette, and I'm just going off cliche movies, pulls them up to, maybe there's a window on the second that you can get up on the roof proper.
Oh, yes.
So they can
rooftop scene.
Yeah, they all sit on the rooftop, laid
So
back,
perfect.
Arms still crossed, looking at the stars, and Lily's just it's been a fun day.
Weird, but oddly fun.
I held hands with a boy.
I'm so proud of you.
He was okay.
Be honest, I mean, I'm sure Colette agrees. You can do a lot better than Luke, but I mean, he is a good first step.
Yeah, I agree.
Thanks for inviting us to this party, Colette. So first time I've ever been to something like this.
Totally. I mean, if you could have seen the group chats after you mouthed off to Mr. Meadows, like, they're totally on your side.
Like maybe we should have tried to keep him around for longer so that I could keep building my clout.
Oh, don't worry. A little goes a long way. People remember things for a really long time.
I think that that's probably like how the night ends. I'm like just watching the stars and being friends, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Very wholesome.
Very wholesome.
Okay. So, I imagine we get like the wide shot that pulls back, and you can see like some of the other kids underneath, and pulls back and get like a shot of the moon and the stars, and one last good shot. The end of the night. Thank y'all for joining me for this. This is my first time ever running Basic Witches. I think I've had it in my pile of games to run for a while.
Yeah, that's such a mood. Thank you for running it. I mean,
Yes,
oh my gosh,
you.
it looks like two of us have run it but never played it before either. So this was really great to play it.
Yeah.
I never heard of it before I signed up. I was like, this game is so cute. I love everything about it.
Yeah, that's a very good game. Anybody in chat, if you don't already have this game, you should get it.
Okay, and just shout out to Alicia Furness just for having good games in general, because it's not even just Basic Witches, but they also wrote a game called Camp Flying Moose that is kind of a similar vibe to this, except it's a bunch of kids at camp. It's really cool. She also does a lot of work with like Paranormal Inc. and like Brundlewood Bay. It's like all around like really good games. Definitely check out her store and everything else because it's always been phenomenal.
Yeah. Cosign.
All right, and I think that's a good spot to start signing out. We will go in reverse order. We'll start with Rosemary. Who are you, and where can we find you on the internet?
Yeah, I'm Taylor at Roll for Felicity, and I was playing Rosemary. You can find me on Twitter and Twitch at Roll for Felicity. On Twitch, I run a lot of one-shots, so I've run Basic Witches on there, so you can find the VODs for that on my YouTube, actually. I've got 3, I think, that we did together, and it was like all the same people, so they were like, you know, one-shots, but they follow the same characters. And on YouTube, I'm Roll for Felicity, which you can follow me there, which would be nice, because if I get to 100 subscribers on YouTube, then I get to have a vanity URL, so then I can be Roll for Felicity everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think that's me.
I think I was second, right?
Yes.
I can't remember. Yeah, I am Katie. I played Lily tonight. Like I said, I had never even heard of this game. It was so cute. I really enjoyed it. I loved the wholesome feeling of it. I'm a sucker for femme friendships in high school. Like it's just so. I didn't have that growing up, so I love it now. But you can find me all over the internet at Katie Face. I am a professional DM. I am not running anything right now because I've taken a very long hiatus. But within probably August-ish, late August-ish, I'm going to start opening back up some games, some campaigns. So keep an eye out for that. But anything that I do and I'm a part of, I post on my Twitter. So that's where you should follow me.
Awesome. Hey everybody, it's me, Sir Heckelot. You know, this is my tagline. I am legally obligated to do it at this point. That's a joke. But hey everyone, I played Colette. And this was so much fun to play. You can find me on all of the social medias at Sir Heckelot, including Itch, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, basically all of the places. It's the best place to figure out where I'm going to be next in the TTRPG space. at least for the next couple weeks. So you can find me over on the Hype Goblin channel for our Numenera campaign. It is really ramping up into midpoint to end game material, so you definitely don't want to miss this last half. It's gotten so cool. I absolutely love the group that I'm at. Other than that, I have a couple of campaigns going through rebrands at the moment, so stay posted to the channel Nat20 as well as Neon Lights Roleplay for when those go live again. Yeah, that should hopefully be happening within the next couple of weeks. So stay tuned. That's about it.
All right. Hi, everyone. I'm Nerdy Teddy. You can find me on Twitter at Nerdy Teddy. I'm usually over on Nerds with Dice. It is a channel that I manage and that is usually where I run and play games, but been on a little hiatus over there. That ends the beginning of August. I will be running Brindlewood Bay. So keep an eye out for that. Tomorrow night I will be over on Girls Run These Worlds for episode 3 of Dark Rights and Other Forms of Exploitation. It's a Deviant the Renegades game, so if you don't like horror, might not be the game for you, but it is a lot of fun, and I have a really good group over there, so consider stopping by. Monday nights, I play Yu-Gi-Oh! Every other Monday night now. I keep forgetting that, but I play Yu-Gi-Oh! With the Bardic Knock Monday nights about 8 p.m. EST. I think that is everything I'm doing right now. So thank you all for joining us, and thank you all for playing. It was a lot of fun, and it was a really unique challenge because I didn't know how. I randomly rolled who the bad guy and who all the stuff was. So it was a unique challenge.
We started. Yeah, people in chat don't know that, but literally right before we started, she did that. Which is very impressive.
Thank you. Yeah, so bye everyone.